Hi, today we will be talking about Halloween. Halloween is fast approaching, and I would like to bring it to subject so we can look into it before it comes. And it's from the amazing fact. We'll be talking about Halloween. Is it trick or is it a treat? Did you know that the death rate tends to be higher on Halloween due to a combination of increased pedestrian accidents, drunk driving incidents, and violent crime occurring more frequently on that night? What comes to mind when you think about Halloween? Trick-or-treaters, candy, pumpkins, kids dressed up in cute costumes, or how about wishes, ghost, blood, gravestone, scary movie, haunted houses, and death? Have you ever wondered where Halloween actually comes from? And is this holiday an innocent treat, or does it trick us into believing dangerous lies about our world? The Day of the Dead. Halloween in the United States traces its roots to ancient Celtic tradition. Over 2,000 years ago, the Celtic tribe celebrated Samhain, marketing of the harvest and the time when spirits were thought to roam the earth. In the 8th century, Pope George III set November 1st as All Saints' Day, blending some of Samhain ritual into the night before. All Hallows Eve, now called Halloween. This might sound benign, but a closer look reveals that the festival of Samhain was named for the Lord of Death. Celtic priests called druids built huge bonfires on which humans were sacrificed. This bloody practice continued for centuries until Rome conquered Britain and outlawed it. But one festival custom that still has a strong influence on Halloween today is communicating with the dead. When the Celts were conquered, they were forced to become Roman citizens and join the Orthodox Church, the Roman Catholicism. However, these new converts clung to their pagan practice. Unable to eliminate the influence of the Celtic festival, the church sought to sanctify some of them. Thus, Samhain became All Saints' Day, proclaimed to honor deceased saints. Even then, it remained a pagan and fire celebration of the Day of the Dead. Where are the dead? You might be wondering how this matters today. Isn't Halloween just an innocent fun now? Did you know that Anton LaVey, author of the Satanic Bible and the high priest of the Church of Satan, said that Satanic consider Halloween their most important day? He claims that occult power is the strongest on October 31st, and that witches and occultists have heightened success with spells and curses, divination, or fortune telling. It is also believed to be the most powerful on Halloween. Even today, leading psychics and astrologers release their prediction around this time. Moreover, the idea of communicating with the dead through Ouija board also comes into a strong focus on Halloween. These practices actually contradicted the Bible. So what does it say about the spiritual of the dead and communicating with them? According to the Bible, The dead lies in the grave unconsciously until the promised restoration at the end of the time when Jesus returns. The living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing, found in Ecclesiastes 9 verse 5. In Job 14:12 and 21, man lies down and does not rise till the heavens are no more. They will not awake nor be roused from their sleep. His son Jesus come to honor, and he does not know it, and they are brought low, and he does not perceive it. When talking about the king who died in the Bible, repeatedly using the phrase slept with his father, found in 1 Kings chapter 2:10, chapter 11:43, as opposed to saying that the king was spiritually away to some other world existence to be with his father. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, the Apostle Paul stresses that without the resurrection, those who have fallen asleep in Christ have perished. Verse 18, which makes no sense if those who have fallen asleep in Christ are already enjoying the bliss of heaven. If, however, the deceased are indeed unconscious, Paul's words make perfect sense. Deceiving the spirits. But if the dead are asleep in the grave, then what are the spirits of the dead, with whom unsuspecting people are talking? The scriptures warn that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places, all found in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. And in that later time, some will depart from the faith, giving the heed to deceiving spirits and doctrine of demons, found in 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. That is why God explicitly forbids his people from trying to communicate with the dead. There shall be not be found among you anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, or one who practices witchcraft or soothsayer, or one who interprets omens, or sorcerers, or the one who conjures spells, or a medium, or a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For all who do these things are an abomination to the Lord. Deuteronomy 18 verse 10 to 12. Among Satan's deception, perhaps the most disgustful is the lie that the dead live on immediately after death, and that the living can communicate with them. It is not a stretch to believe that if the dead are truly unconscious, evil supernatural agents will take advantage of it when more than a half of the Americans believe that the dead are actually still alive. And if Satan, in form of a snake, could convince Eve to disobey God, what could an evil spirit masquerading as a dead loved one convince someone to do? Today, billions of people believe in this same lie in one form or another, whether reincarnation, purgatory, or immediate ascent to heaven or descent to hell. The belief remains that death is an immediate transition to another level of existence. And Halloween, with its ghosts and graveyards and occult connection, will only fuel this false belief. Don't get tricked by Halloween. Fun fact: did you know that the protest Reformation Day also falls on October 31st? It marked Martin Luther's challenge to the Catholic Church in 1517 AD. Sparking religion, reform, and freedom from spiritual deception, consider to celebrate itself instead.